Welcome back everyone to the Theta Communications video series. Today we're going to be diving into some major milestones for the Theta network, as well as comparing data center business model versus real estate and where Theta fits in that equation. Before we proceed, let us thank our Theta stakers as well as our Tfuel stakers over on ThetaCommunications.com. You make this content possible, as well as make sure to like, share, subscribe, and comment down below to boost Theta-related content in the YouTube algorithm. Alright, let's head on over to X here, and Joe Stevens, big shout out to him, has shared the locked Tfuel for the boosters here, and we are edging closer and closer to 300 million Tfuel, sitting around 287 right now, and very exciting to see more and more of the supply get soaked up. All of the metrics seem to be going the correct direction. The price may be doing something entirely different, but all of the underlying tenets that we are seeing for a business developing have been moving in a positive way, and that really is a testament to showing that maybe the financial markets may not show exactly what is happening under the surface, and I think that goes for many projects within the space. So we continually will be checking in and seeing how these numbers move, and really seeing that more and more people are locking up Tfuel and engaging with the protocol, as well as increasing job output, is really exciting, and we look forward to even more going into the 2026 season here. So our topic today, we're going to be talking about data center business model, real estate model right now, and what is really occurring within the space. We have data centers that are left empty and are much similar to like the real estate model, where currently data centers are being treated like real estate, but they are completely different, where they spin up a data center, they say, oh, we're building a data center, and then everyone is like, yes, they're building X amount, but these data centers don't have power, they may not have all the chip capacity, and they may not have good uptime. So there's a lot of variables that go in. It is a literal functioning, living organism. And treating it like it's just another piece of real estate is one of the challenges, and it's why, or a financial product, is something we're seeing also too in the real estate market, where we're seeing that private equity has come in and has treated homes like a financial vehicle. And yes, in many cases, yes, they can be treated as such, but by doing so, it actually impacts the economic growth of the U.S. Quite significantly, because the key for an economy to grow is you always need a carrot on a stick for the 20 to 40-year-old person to be chasing. If their view of homeownership is that they will never be able to afford a home, then the prospects of them achieving or striving towards stuff is very muted, and you're caught between maintaining the price for the old generation of said equity and allowing the young generation to come take a bite of the pie, right? When you're world building, you need to figure out a happy medium. And under the surface, though, we are seeing that there are other things and other incentives similar to data centers, where they post out, we're gonna build this data center, right? And it's the same thing with housing that we are seeing right now, where they are saying we need to keep building, and growing. But the big main thing is that if private equity was not involved, private equity makes up, I believe, over 30% now. As we can see here, investors accounted for 25% in 2024. It's probably around 30% plus now, give or take some numbers there. But with that being said, that is a large amount of supply that is not being put into the hands or being out in the open market for individual home buyers. So it really skews everything once things turn financialized, as well as the incentives that are underlying too, because a lot of people are saying, well, we need to encourage building, right? And the problem, though, is when people say, well, we need to encourage building, is the birth rate in the economy is dropping. So if the birth rate in the economy is dropping, you're going to do all of this building, and then there are going to be, similar to what happened in China, you're going to have a lot of areas that stand empty, a lot of wasted space, and then who deals with those buildings and the fallout of that just building and not maintaining, basically. So there's the hard needle to thread there, but there is a good opportunity, and there's also underlying financial incentives of why they want more housing, though. And it really comes down to the bonds within each jurisdiction. So if you have not read this article, I'll link this down below. Won't go too crazy into it, but if you live in a town jurisdiction, please dive into your go bonds and varying other bonds that make up with your school board and will make up your property tax, because these are things that are impacting the cost of living and engagement within the economy. And it's why they are pushing building so hard and so fast, is that they need to spread some of these costs out across your mini economy, basically. And the more people understand how these bonds work, the more you understand how they are actually taxing you and keeping that water line at a certain level. And it's really a testament to, with the data center stuff and kind of manipulating things, why a thing like Theta needs to exist and why people like Deutsche Telekom are coming on board, is that they realize that there's all these underlying kind of like front-loaded debt deals that are purveying something as if it's one thing when really it's another. And what does the Theta Edge Cloud do, though, is it turns the provider into a part of the community and part of the revenue stream. And by doing so, you take away all of this hidden underlying bond stuff that people don't understand and are not privy to, and you pull it out into the forefront and enable this new section of the economy where now it is, hey, I'm helping to offload what my neighbors utilize. I'm helping to offload what this business is doing. And by doing so, though, too, you're also really taking away, like with the data center thing, data centers, they obviously do not have enough capacity right now in terms of the elements that need to go in. You need energy, you need good cooling, as well as you need good uptime, right? And I'll add chips in there too, good quality chips. So you have all these variables going in. If you can offload them, though, too, to someone who acts as a micro worker through these edge nodes, you've enabled a person who is a piece of the economy and is then going to spend in the local jurisdictions across their geography, but is also going to be providing value to everyone surrounding them. So it really is a self-fulfilling thing, and it's why I was very excited about Theta in the early days, is because it solves a lot of the issues with bonding and raising money, right? Whether it's real estate or whether it's YouTube, right? Because the big thing was they all raised a bunch of money in the early days, and that is what created the moat so that everyone had unlimited storage, or what it seemed like unlimited storage in terms of Snapchat, file sharing sites, YouTube, the ability to just upload any amount of content. Those debt offerings and low interest rate environments created a synthetic market. And what Theta and others in the DeepIn space are doing is they're providing an opportunity for everyone to circle the wagon and say, hey, that model does not work anymore, because if you cannot offer enough debt offerings, the cost of things has to increase. So we saw that in our previous video. We talked about RAM prices. So the need for this is going to increase as the financial incentives and the financial games all get messed up. And it doesn't matter if it's real estate, doesn't matter if it's related to data centers, the financial game is getting messed up, and they need a way to, one, be transparent, but also two, provide flow that is going to help with the transition from this AI jobs decline and help increase revenue back to these people utilizing edge nodes. So that is my take on where we are headed. I'll make sure to link some of the stuff with bonding, as many of you been interested in some of the other topics that we've talked about. Maybe we should talk about more broad, market stuff as we go forward with the channel, but really comparing that they are treating each of these investments as if they are one thing, when really there's underlying stuff under the surface, is really what I'm trying to get at here. And with the deals that Theta is doing, it's really an opening of the kimono to say, hey, listen, we need to provide value and be transparent in the open. And by doing so, the one who does the most of that is going to be the winner going forward. Similar to an app store, similar to anything, the one who provides the most ability to rev share to the app creator and doesn't take a cut just like Apple does right now, is going to reap the benefits. So I hope you have found this content well. If you have any questions or anything, please put it down below. Don't hesitate to ask. And as always, I will see you on Tfuel Island. All right, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye.